Hello, 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 everybody. It is Friday again. Happy Friday. Glad to be back here after a little break last week. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I was away. My daughter was playing a football tournament, so I was out of town with her. So it was nice. Unfortunately, they lost in the finals, but it's still great because it's the first time in history for the county they made it that far. But anyway, we're back again, back to it. We'll have a great guest tonight. Looking forward to this one. Um, it's actually someone I've never met personally before. So, yeah, a lot of the questions are going to be, um, yeah, pure curiosity from my side, basically. So, you know how it is. If you're like me and you live and breed reptiles, you know that we aren't here for the clicks or the viral trends. We are here for the true passion. I started this show because I wanted a place for the real keepers and dedicated breeders to finally have a community within Europe where we can talk shop, share tips and tricks, and basically deep dive into the hobby that we love. We're doing that with one single goal, and that is sharing the passion that drives us. Every week, we sit down with some of the biggest legends in the game and some of the newest up and coming prospects as well. My name is Roger from Pappy's Premium Pythons, and this is Pappy's Premium Pod. Guys, quick disclaimer as well for you guys. Pappy's Premium Pod is sponsored by ProHerper. Check it out. ProHerper is the European leader in reptile genetics, specializing in sex identification, genetic verification, and disease testing. Join the global hashtag Breed Different movement right now. Get the best value for your money and start testing with ProHerper today to verify your reptile's genetic potential and maximize your collection's value. We all know what that's like. No more holding back heads, hoping they prove out. We can shed test and maximize the potential of our collections. ProHerper is known for its fast turnaround times and high quality tests and European wide accepted certificates. So check out proherper.com. So, as for our guest tonight, in a world of industrial scale facilities, we all know what that's like. Tonight's guest has stayed true to the small batch philosophy by meticulously creating a collection focused on the absolute pinnacle of DG, Hypo, and Clown projects. He has built a brand that stands toe to toe with the biggest names in Europe. He is a rational hobbyist, a master of visual presentation, and the leading voice for the Scandinavian scene. And he understands that in 2026, it's not just about how many tubs you have, it's about the quality of the animals inside those tubs. From a facility that is as clean as the animals he produces, guys, help me welcome the man behind Red Beard Exotics. That is, drumroll, Mathias.
Hello.
Welcome, my friend. What's up?
Thank you. Good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good too, man. I'm good. It's nice. It's Friday, finally. It was a short week for us because, there was no work today. I mean, when we say there was no work, we all know what that means. No 9 to 5. We always have work to do.
Yeah, it's work at home instead of work at your job.
Exactly. I was out most of the afternoon with my daughter again. She's back to playing football for her club. But then I came back and I was out the back looking or taking care of some substrates. Washing some tubs today and water bowls. So, yeah, we know how that is. But listen, let's get straight into it. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people who may not know you, like me as well?
I'm Mathias from Red Beard Exotics. I'm actually one of two people in Red Beard Exotics because I have it together with one of my very good friends called Carsten.
Okay, cool.
But he is not the one, presenting himself as a face for the brand. He is in the background, but you will always meet him together with me when we're going to expos and such. So he will be there, but it's me taking care of all the SoMe stuff and Morph Market and whatever, where you will meet me online.
Okay. Do you guys vend shows as well?
Yeah, but mainly here in Denmark. We have not vended outside of Denmark, but we do 1 or 2 shows here in Denmark.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get into that as well because I'm curious about what that's like. But why don't we start like from the beginning? How did you get into breeding ball pythons? Were you into other snakes? Was it ball python straight away?
Well, I've never been, in the younger days, been introduced to reptiles of any sorts.
Okay.
In the younger days, I was actually getting imported Malawi cichlids, aquarium fish, which I bred together with my father and sold to some pet shops where we lived at that time. And then I moved here on close to Copenhagen, 45 minutes away from Copenhagen, approximately 3 hours away from where I lived before. And then all of a sudden I had nothing. So one of my friends introduced me to some ball pythons and said, "How about you? Shouldn't you get some? You can have it here at my place at first." And yeah, then one thing led to another, and here we are today.
Nice. How long ago was that actually?
I bought the first snake in late 2018.
2018. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I made the first post as Redbeard Exotic in 19.
Okay.
So
That's good.
about 7 years ago.
Yeah. And how was that starting for you? Like, was it easy for you to get your first ball python? Did you import something?
No, I bought actually a pinstripe desert ghost as the first one, which I bought here in Denmark, and and then I bought a pastel lesser leopard, and I was just everywhere. I made all the classical mistakes from the beginning by just buying. Didn't have any plan, to be honest. I was just fascinated of all the different patterns and whatever you could get out of it, but I didn't really put my mind into it at first.
Yes, just for fun, right?
Yeah, it was fun, and we had the first clutches, and everything was going right, and then of course you were watching YouTube with all the American breeders and everything, so I started putting myself more into the genetic side of it. And started to see what would be interesting for me to actually build some projects and not just gathering a lot of snakes as I was in the beginning without any plans.
Yeah.
And at first I was quite limited regarding the funds because I didn't have that much money, so there was also certain limitations of what I could do.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, and also at that time, if you compare to now, a lot of the stuff was quite more expensive than it is right now.
Yep.
So I had to think about what to do and what to invest in. And then visiting the first ham show, I bought something. It was in 2019. I brought a cypress home, and that was at that time €1,000 snake, which was a lot of money for me at that time. And that was kind of the beginning of getting more into the mutation and everything. I picked up a lot of, in the beginning, a lot of DG stuff. It wasn't that expensive at the time. It was not that popular as it is right now.
Yeah.
So you could actually get 500-600 gram DG females for €250-300, and so
Yeah, there was a time where people were really sleeping on DG. Nobody believed in it.
Oh,
But yeah,
and I was just fascinated about, the whole contrast and clean, where you could have dark colors and bright colors working perfectly together.
yeah.
So that was actually some of the first where I started saying, well, I'll work with Desert Ghost.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically that set it all off. And, then we started breeding the DG stuff. And that was kind of funny because then we made something like, just simple DG combos, with the basic genes, like, pastel, Enchi, lesser. And then the prices start rising a little bit. And we made a lot of DG stuff at one point, and then it was actually a really, really funny experience because I put it up on Morph Market, and I was selling these animals for around 500 euros. But we had like 15 to put up, and by the time we were done putting it up of Morph Market, there was actually 7 inquiries on 6 different animals before we were done putting it up. It was just so that was actually the start of creating some funds to actually invest more into it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, it was really funny at that point because the DG stuff started to really take off, and that basically created the start of Redbeard Exotic as you know it today.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And how did your friend Karsten, if I'm right,
yeah.
How did he come into the picture? Was it straight away or?
No, I was not working with him at that time. I was working with a buddy called Nick. He's not in the ball pythons anymore or any reptiles. So I actually started with him. Then he shut down, and then I moved to another friend, and then I met Karsten through a friend of him and a friend of me.
Yeah.
And then we started talking, and there was some limitation with the body I had, the snakes had at that moment. My wife is not really fond of the reptiles, so she said they cannot be here.
Oh, okay.
So I've always been dependent on having another place to have the snakes.
Okay.
And then I got better and better off with Karsten, and then we decided to move everything together. And it's also a really good thing for me because he's partly retired from working due to an incident at work, so he has all the time in the world to actually care for the animals.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's working 4 hours a week, so that's all he does.
All of your animals and his animals together in.
Yes.
Well, I mean, when I say your animals and his animals, suppose it's one thing, right? It's Redbeard.
Yes, it's our animals.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there is it like a facility, or is it at his house?
It's at his house. We have like a 20 square meter room where we have everything in.
Yeah.
So there's basically. Yeah, we have, I'll say the breeding group is around 40 animals, and then we have some of the upcoming animals, and also in that we have, 50 tops in total for adult animals, but there's always, grow-ups taking some of the spots.
Nice.
And of course, then there's more holdbacks in the baby rack from last year, so, you're changing everything up as we go. And then we, in general, we're trying to focus on our own stuff at the moment. We have a lot of good stuff, I think. So we're trying to, focus a lot more on what we do and not, not taking that much new stuff in. But there's a lot to do with what we have, and we're focusing on that at the moment.
Yeah. No, that's great, man. That's great. So what's it like being a breeder in Denmark? What do you guys have strict rules and stuff like that, like some of other places in Europe? Or
No, we don't really have some strict rules when it comes to ball pythons. It's more like there are some animals you cannot have in Denmark, but ball python is of course not a part of that. But you cannot have, the big species and venomous animals and stuff like that. But but other than that, there's no limitations to that.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. That helps a bit.
Yeah.
Because I know some of those countries, some of the rules they have can be a bit tough to keep up with. I know, like in Sweden, like the you can't keep everything in racks basically. Or it's a bit complicated. But yeah, so tell me more about then that, well, I would say reptile hobby in Denmark, because you were saying earlier you sell at shows and stuff locally. So what's that?
In general, if you look at the ball python market in Denmark, there's, I would say, a handful of people that are really, really serious and have invested in good stuff. And then there's a lot of, I won't even call them breeders, but hobby people that, well, they'll have a clutch here and there, but there's not a really big scene of breeders in Denmark, not at all.
Yeah.
You'll see if you ever visit a Danish expo that when you come there, you'll see between 5 and 10 people vending there, where you can actually see they have a good selection of ball pythons. And then there are some where you have something here and there, so it's not a big market.
Okay.
In that way, and a bit like Michael said 14 days ago, it's not a high value market in Denmark.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, when we are vending the expos, it's more or less, the cheaper animals we bring. Up to maximum €200. That's what you sell at the expo. So basically animals that you will normally not sell on morph market. We bring to these shows.
So it's more of a pet. Yeah, it's more like for pet people and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have a lot of the times where you have people coming and they want to buy something, but they also need to go up and pick up a terrarium, a heating mat, or thermostat, or everything they need for it.
Yeah.
Parents that buy a snake for their kid or something like that.
Yeah. Fair enough. But are those shows big in size, or?
I think they're fairly sized, but there's also, if you compare it to ham and such, there's a lot more terrariums and whatever you need for it. So there is a fair amount of animals, but I would say over half the shows are something you can buy for your animals and not animals.
Yeah, I get you. Like in Portugal, for example, here when there's shows, they call them like pet shows. So you'll have like huge dog section, huge like cat section, and then maybe it's a little section for birds, and then there's like a small corner that has like reptile stuff.
Yeah.
So it's it's very, very, very tiny. And actually at the shows you can sell, but you need like a proper specific license to sell at shows. Do you know what I mean? So you can, like, even if you have obviously I need a license to be a breeder and stuff and to keep these animals and to sell them. But if I was going to sell at the show, I would need another license to be able to sell at the shows. And those licenses, let's just say they're hard to get. So
there's no such thing as that in Denmark at the shows. The only thing there is that there's a vet going around, before the show opens and controlling that everything is actually as it should be. And that's the only thing. Good. And then everybody can sell without any permits or anything.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the big? So obviously you spoke about the Aegean stuff, but what was like the biggest investment that you made?
The Dark Viking.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. We can get into that because I was gonna say. I mean, obviously you have your own Dinker project.
Yeah,
That's
just to give a little background of it, it was actually Rolf at Rolf Reptiles. He's actually known now for his pied Brazilian rainbow boas.
okay.
But he was the one who got the animal from Africa. That was actually in the older days before I went into the hobby. There was a lot of guys here from Denmark that actually bought in wild caught animals and was tinkering around. And there's quite some things that was, founded here in Denmark. And he sold it to one guy who sold it to another guy, and then I bought it.
So it's been about.
Yeah, it's been around before it ended up in our collection.
But no one was taking it seriously, right?
Yeah, some tried, but it's hard to actually come through with a gene because
Yeah.
there's only the marketing you are doing, and
True.
you're trying to keep the value up because you can easily sell it if you just devalue the whole project
Yeah,
and
exactly.
selling off cheap animals.
Yeah.
So I kind of stayed true to the value we set for it, and then we traded some animals to get some high-end stuff in also. So if you look at that, also buying that project also kind of created the possibilities with the genes we have in today, also in the collection.
Mhm.
I did actually a lot of trades at one point, not only with the DG stuff, but with DV, as we call it, Dark Viking. But I traded a Dark Viking for a stranger animal when they were really high valued.
Yes. Okay.
And then we created some different stranger animals where we sold some and traded for other stuff. So I would say when we actually got into the more high-end stuff, it was all based on the Dark Viking.
Dark Viking. Yeah. So is the
That
Dark Viking a recessive gene?
No,
Or
it's what we call it, the
incomplete?
co-dominant. What do we call it now?
Yeah, incomplete dominant.
Incomplete dominant. That was the word. Yeah, with a proven super version also, which is just more pronounced in what Dark Viking is.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, that was actually the start of the more high-end stuff. When we traded one Dark Viking animal for a stranger animal, which was a Pastavi stranger head clown.
Mm.
And then, created some stranger combos and traded for other stuff and sold some. So it was really the Dark Viking stuff that gave us the possibility
Maybe
to
that boost.
actually
Yeah.
be where we are now.
Very good. So when you bought the Dark Viking, then did you know straight away what you were getting into, or did you just buy a Dinker? What was the
No, there was actually made quite a few combos with it, and also the super animals. We got 1.1 super Dark Viking yellow bellies in when we bought it also.
Yeah.
So it was, it was already proven, but it was just, too much work according to the previous owners.
Yeah.
And I would agree it is really a lot of work to try to do it, and I've spent countless hours also writing with people that are interested, and it's still hard because we have a limited space in our collection also, so we cannot just breed everywhere with Dark Viking.
Yeah.
I know you will be a little bit happy when I say the first clutch of Dark Viking this season is for het ultramel animals. So
yeah.
we have a spot nose black pastel ultramel that went on the super Dark Viking yellow belly female.
Okay. Yeah.
So even though we want to expand the Dark Viking, we cannot just do it because there's a lot of other stuff we want to do. So it's always when we're sitting, normally in October, discussing or fighting over what we should do for the next season. It's always because you want to try this and you want to try that with Dark Viking, but we don't have the space to just do that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem with dingers.
And we know every time, we are making a clutch, also because they do represent a value, these animals, at least according to us. Then if we get 20 Dark Viking animals, then you, of course, need something for your own project. Mm-hmm. But there's also a lot of animals that you'll have to put up for sale, and they're not moving in a pace like a lot of other stuff because people don't really know what they're buying into. There's some people, we had Albert on earlier who bought into it, and there's some other guys also who bought into it in Europe, and they really believe in it. And some of them also made some really, really nice combos. Combos that we haven't made because, as I said, we cannot just
you can do everything.
15 Dark Viking pairings because we don't have the space for it.
Yeah.
And we basically decided for this year what we really want to do is starting the Ultramel project up with Dark Viking.
That was going to be my first question.
Yeah, we all know that dark genes work really well in Ultramel. So I'm having a hard time not believing that this will be great.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Very good. So what's your views on the market then overall? Do you think it's going up? Is it going down? Do you think it's going to stay the same for the next while?
I think it's been, for the last couple of years, it's been kind of steady in the lower end of the market. We also seen the prices come down a lot.
Yep.
And personally, I don't think the auction helped that.
Okay.
I think the auction has been a kind of negative way, at least here in Europe. But at the same time, I'm not unhappy about it because I got some pretty amazing animals also my own way. And but I think it kind, it came in at the wrong time because it actually hit when the market was, at the lower point when they started. I think if we had the auction when the market was flying and, doing COVID and such, it would have been an amazing thing. But right now, I think it's hurting the market a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do see that the sales are coming a little bit up. But it's nowhere near where we were just,
of course,
3-4 years ago.
I think it'll be hard to go back up to that. To that point, like after COVID and stuff, because like you said, I mean, the market was way up, and because all the people that came in since have now seen what it's like when the market is at its lowest, nobody's going to want to buy, at the top. That's my opinion. Obviously, we never know how these things go.
But at the same time, it's also been, a period where you couldn't get some of the investment animals at a cheaper price. I'm not saying the price will go up, but if you had a bit of money, you could definitely improve your collection quite a bit without getting totally ripped off and looking in the wallet and saying it's empty.
For sure.
So we got some amazing animals in, and also we're trying to take the collection in a little bit different direction also. I mentioned 14 days ago at your podcast, I think that zebra was kind of an overseen gene here in Europe.
Yep. Yeah.
Last year we imported a zebra from Kinova.
Okay.
He is trying to figure out what to do, and we are encouraging him. Come on, you can do it. But yeah, he's trying to figure out what to do. He's at the breeding size now, and yeah, we have some amazing pairings coming up with him when you figure it out.
Yeah. Hopefully that works.
Yeah,
zebra. Yeah. No, zebra for me is just one of those things that I think I just need to see more of it. Obviously, I won't be getting into it anytime soon. I don't think. But if I was to in the future, I think I need to see more of it. I'm not fully convinced, but it's all different. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody has different opinions. So
yeah,
I want to see more.
But we also wanted to go in a little bit of a different direction, because if we also look, as we spoke about, we had a market 3-4 years ago that were just, flying high. But also, if you looked at what we sold at that time, we sold a lot of clown combos. We sold a lot of, we had never been into pied, but there was a lot of pied combos being sold, a lot of DG stuff. And then it went, more and more down. I know the direction also of the market right now is, multi-recessives going together, which we're also working on, of course. But I also think that, if you look at one of the most, iconic combo we had in clowns with the Pompeii, if you look at how many people who bought into making the Pompeii.
A lot.
So, yeah, and we did it also. And it's one of these where when you make, let's say, I actually just last week sold a spot nose red stripe yellow belly clown, which would be quite expensive 4 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Quite inexpensive now. And if you look at how many that are actually available with more or less these genes, or one missing or another one added to it, there's just, there's so many animals to choose from. So that's also one of the reasons why we decided to take zebra in, because we want to, see if we can create some space for ourselves in a market where there's not that many people around.
Yeah. No, of course, for sure.
And we know that there will most likely always be more demand for a clown combo than a zebra combo. But I still think there will be, when there's,
there's definitely more value.
Then there will always be a space for you, because we're not the only ones seeing there's a potential with zebra. And the more you can show, the more people will get interested in it. And if you have a head start, I believe that it's one of those places where you can actually make a difference.
Yeah. No, for sure. It pays to be different in this market, for sure. And like I said, I'm not convinced in zebra, for example, but all it takes is, for example, for you guys to hit that one combo that makes me go, oh wow, I definitely want that. Do you know what I mean? So, and if it's a clown combo, that's very hard to do, because clown has been in the market for decades, and there's been thousands of combinations made, so it's hard to make that one combination that stands out. But if you do that with a different project like zebra, then who else is going to do it? What I mean? And when you hit that animal that's amazing, everybody's going to be like, whoa, let me go to that guy.
Yeah, and we're not just aiming to making head zebra animals. We're putting zebra together with monsoon and ultramel and such stuff. So we are trying to get it on a high note from the beginning.
Yeah, of course. No, smart choice.
Of course, there will also be just regular head zebra animals from the beginning, but we're also trying to take it to another level at the beginning also.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, let me take a quick pause for what do you call it? Sponsor break. Yeah, missing my words today. And yeah, we'll get right back into more genetic stuff. Um, so yeah, guys, Pappy's Premium Pod is sponsored by Pro Herper. He is yeah, he has reduced his prices recently. So as you can see on the screen there, tests are 35 euros per animal between 1 and 9 animals. If you test between 10 and 49 animals, each test costs 30 euros. If you're testing more than 50 animals, it's 25 euros per test. And the additional test on the same animal is an extra 20 euros. So check it out, guys. Proherper.com. Fast turnarounds, no hidden costs, results you can trust. So all the ball python genetic tests, mutation tests are on screen. Multiple fire tests. You've got different strains of Ultramel as well. We've got Mandarin on there. We've got Lace. We've got Zebra. We were just talking about Zebra or Zebra, whatever you want to call it. All the usual stuff. Hurricane / Trick / Splits. Yeah, all the normal stuff is there, guys. Check it out. We've got corn snake tests as well for sex determination, scaleless and stuff like that. Just go to proherper.com to order your tests, and any test that arrives, I think by Wednesday, gets results by Friday. So basically, 2 days you get your results. So check it out, proherper.com. We are Pappy's Premium Pod is sponsored by ProHerper, and as always, we appreciate them backing the pod. So back to it. What is a gene that you think everyone's sleeping on right now?
Ooh. That's a really good question because, of course, I want to say zebra because I'm not really here in Europe, but I will just, say the same as I did 14s ago in the comment section. But yeah, what is a gene? Of course, you can always take some of the high-profile newer genes, but they also come with a heavy price tag. But yeah, that's really a good question. I would say zebra because it's in a price point where a lot of people can actually buy into it.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen until now here in Europe, we're only, I think, 3 or 4 people who actually at least have shown it. There could be more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's when we purchased it from Kinova at 2,500 euro for a male. So it's at a price point where a lot of people are actually putting that kind of money in for a clown combo or a double recessive combo and such, where a lot of people are working the same area. So yeah, I think at least for the European part, zebra is what I would call a sleeper gene. Also because if look at Morph Market, I don't think there's not been sold that many of these on the European side, but there's a lot of them on the US side.
I don't think I've seen any even for sale in Europe. Maybe in the UK. I think I've seen maybe in the UK, but because of the whole shipping thing. When I go on Morph Market, I try to block out the UK stuff. Yeah. But it's very rarely I go in. But I think I've seen some stuff there. No, but that's good. That's a good one. That's a good shot. Definitely something that's not heavily worked. But
And also a gene that was founded here in Denmark that I think could do amazing stuff. It's a granite type gene called DOT.
dot, yes, I've seen some dot stuff. Yeah.
It was also founded here in Denmark. I
Okay.
can't even remember who founded it. But yeah, we have some dot in the collection. Together we have made some dot head puzzles.
Okay.
I think that's a gene. Yeah, but I actually put up an animal on my Instagram. Maybe you can bring it up. I think it was one of the last posts I did. With a dot cinnamon.
Yes, it's gonna start to slow down a bit.
Yeah. But I think just if you look at what it does,
Cinnamon.
it's the
Dot cinnamon head puzzle. Yes. Let me. I always freeze when this happens.
Yeah.
I have to share my screen. There we go.
No, Andy, it was not Bo, but Bo has a lot for sure.
Bo Larson. Yeah, I've seen. Why is it not? It's not coming on. Wait, let me try. There we go.
Yeah.
It's because I had the other image there. So yeah, that's very granity. It works really well with cinema.
Yes, and that is a head puzzle animal. So
yeah.
I think that could be a crazy combo when it gets the visual type.
Okay. Do you think that the head puzzle is influencing it?
From what I've seen from the the regular dot animals we have, there's not really a influence, but of course it can do. But we had 2 of these. We have 1.1 of these, and they look more or less similar.
Yeah, and they're both head puzzle. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Then especially like the back side of it, I think it's amazing.
Yeah. So I think dot is it's a relatively inexpensive gene, but I think there is a lot of cool stuff to be done with it for sure.
Yep, I definitely I'll definitely keep an eye on it. Gonna quickly look here because I think there's someone else posted a dot. I think it was Jorgen, maybe. Let me check Pro Harper. I think he posted something with dot recently. Maybe I'm mistaken. Oh no, it's different. It's Circle. Yeah, Circle's another one.
Yeah.
That you hear about time to time. I don't think
it's there's sold quite a few animals outside of Denmark also.
Yeah. Very good.
Hopefully there'll be more of these popping up in collections here and there. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff to be done with it.
Yeah, the dot stuff is cool. Yeah, I've seen it in other places, and I definitely want to keep an eye out on that one.
Yeah.
Very good. So tell me, what's the future for Redbeard Exotics then? What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, it's one of the things I'm really looking forward to that I think not really that many people are working. You have project which are more high profile project, and then there's project close to your heart that you just but we have a pairing again this year. She's have ovulated and also shed out, so we're waiting for the eggs. But we're trying to hit the lavender snow G stripe.
Well, okay. Oh, that could be interesting.
The closest we got until now is it's triple head to triple head, but we have a female growing up, which is lavender snow head G-stripe. We tested it with Jürgen.
Nice.
So we're getting closer at least, but she's going for the third year straight, and we've hit 3 double recessive. So
yeah, the odds triple head to triple heads.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of a funny project also, because just when you hatch the animal, it's really kind of boring. But it's one of these animals, at least with the lavender snow, that gets better and better and better as it develops.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping to get that. And the funny part is, all 3 animals we hit was lavender snows. So we have not hit lavender G-stripe or G-stripe Axanthics or anything. We've hit 3 lavender snows.
Nice.
But it's one of the projects that I really care about. I think it's kind of funny, and I don't think anybody made that before.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
No.
With G-stripe, a lot of people hate on G-stripe.
Yeah, but again, you see a lot more, especially in the Kiki project, a lot more coming through.
Yeah,
and
sure.
if you watch some of the latest videos from Justin, you also see that it kind of gets the pattern back when you put enough into it.
Yeah, it's that the spot nose. I think it's spot nose and red stripe. Maybe it's a must.
Yeah.
For the project. There's a guy called Sean Kelly. He's really heavy on that stuff. I think it's Small Town Exotics.
Yeah.
Shane Kelly. I think I said Sean.
Yes.
Shane Kelly. What is this? This is. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on. Always the same thing. Sorry, guys. I'll get the hang of this Sunday. Right? Not today, but Sunday. So you see this?
Yeah.
Yes, a hurricane red stripe, yellow belly, G-stripe clown. That thing's crazy.
It is. So I think some of these genes that we, kind of forgot during the time.
Yeah, the hurricane just. I think again it's the red stripe brings a lot of pattern. Surprisingly, obviously you have hurricane there as well, but from what I've seen from Justin, it's with Justin's animals. I think for me it was the spot nose that was doing all the work with the pattern. Because obviously the G stripe just takes all the pattern away, but yeah, it works really really well here, and there's no headstand anymore.
No.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, hopefully people keep working on that.
Yeah, because we have these forgotten recessives that I think deserves a little bit more love here and there. And that's also why we're working that project, to trying to hit the G-stripe lavender snow. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on. We have some co-project with a good friend of ours called Mike, where we have the zebra stuff actually with him, and also
this is just the hurricane red stripe G-stripe clown.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's not an ugly G-stripe for sure. So yeah, but we have some co-project with Mike, a good friend of ours, with the zebra stuff, and also with some riptide and the monsoon stuff. He's living close by, and we decided to do some co-ops together.
Nice. That's it, guys. It's all about community. It's all about bringing people together.
Yeah, but it's also, you're good friends. You have a clear deal about how it works. You trust each other. So why not do something together?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but in general, I think that you also see, from other breeders around Europe, you see somebody going up, even though they're fairly big breeders also. And as you said, also with your pod here, it's about bringing people together. And I think we could be a lot better in, supporting each other and helping each other and do some stuff together.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's important for me at least.
Yeah. Do you normally go to all the shows like in Europe, like the big ones, Ham, or?
It's been more or less ham for the last couple of years. But before that, it was also, during the COVID time, I think Huyten was a lot bigger than it is right now.
Okay.
Also, you had the ham show being cancelled due to COVID, so everybody went to the Netherlands instead.
Yeah.
And I actually like that show a lot better, to be honest, because there's more space. It just feels nicer.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Yeah, I'm hoping to go there this year. I've never been to the Houghton show. I went to Ham. Yeah, it's like you say, space wise.
Yeah.
The most comfortable I was in it, I think, was around maybe 3 or 4 p.m. Like in around that time when it started to get emptier. That's when you could walk like freely and stuff. But just when I got there, because first we went to the cafe, Del Sol or whatever it's called, and yeah, everything was good, people everywhere. But when we said, right, we need to go inside, and I saw the queue of people, I was like, what is this? This is insane. Thankfully, I was with some people that knew the how it works, so we went around the other side, and the queue was much smaller.
Yes, if you know your way around the queue, it's better for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I really want to get out to the Houghton show this year.
It's a really nice show. To be honest, it's a lot more spacious. There's a lot more breeders that actually have a good-looking booth. So in that point of view, I think it's a little bit more ethical, if you can say that. Also, it feels nicer. It feels, I know it's kind of the same setups for the animal, but everything feels better there. Where I'm normally speaking of ham as the biggest garage sale in the reptile. It's something close to that. It's blood, sweat, and tears, and it's fun when you are there, but you're also happy when it's over.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely a long day, especially for me because it's like a 24-hour drive. So, and when we went, we stopped 2 nights. Like one night we stopped in France, and excuse me, we stopped another night like close to Ham in an Airbnb. But then the return was straight to Portugal, like non-stop, and it's.
And you were with Ricardo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me, Ricardo, and Jose, which is the guy that owns. He owns a reptile shop here close to me.
Okay.
Cool dude.
Yeah, but yeah, we have like an 8-hour drive, so still a long drive, but not compared to you guys, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, let's keep going. Have some questions here that I want to get your perspective on. What's actually? Do you breed your own rats and stuff like that, or what's
Yes,
it?
I do.
Yeah.
We have a rat breeding facility we made almost 2 years ago, where we built it in an old barn at actually at Carsten's cousin's place. He's living on the countryside.
Okay.
So it was an old barn where we built it from scratch and have everything in there. And we have 40 breeder groups of 1.2 with rats.
Yeah.
And automatically, water system and everything. So
Nice.
it's minimum what we actually need to do because it's self-sustained itself. You just have to. You have his cousin that actually goes out every day just to check that everything is okay. But you can put enough food in. The racks are homemade also, so you can put enough food in and you can put enough water in for a week. So it's basically we use a couple of hours once a week to clean everything.
Yeah.
And then he's just going out and looking to see that everything is all right, nothing is flooded and whatsoever. So we're trying to get the maintenance to be as easy as possible.
Yeah, of course, because that's usually the part that people hate the most. Is
Yeah,
the rat.
but I would hate it if I was alone. But we have the social side of it. We're doing it
Yeah.
together. We're having a good time. We're enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
So it's only in
Yeah.
the summer where it's terrible because of the heat.
Yes. Does it get really hot in Denmark? Because I don't know. When we speak about these Nordic countries, I just imagine snow. Obviously, I know that summer's not like that, but
But it's getting fairly hot, but not really hot. But the humidity is high.
okay. So you feel a lot. Yeah.
Yes, I would rather have 35 degrees in Portugal than 35 degrees in Denmark. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I know the feeling because when I used to live in Northern Ireland, and in the summer, if it got to like 25 degrees, and the sun was out, it was almost impossible to be outside. And if I would compare those 25 degrees in Northern Ireland to like 35 degrees in Portugal. It's like the
Yeah,
same. It's like the same thing, and because
and
the
then,
humidity is so high.
and normally we don't get above 30. It's very seldom that we have these high temperatures. But I think 25 degrees is enough because of the humidity. So,
Yeah, and like Northern Ireland, I remember, I think it was the year my son was born, or maybe the year after that. I think it was the year after. They broke like the temperature record, and the highest recorded temperature was 31.7.
yeah,
Like, and there was like, and there were obviously the news was like, oh, the people are dying, the old people are dying, it's too hot. I was like, part of my head was like, it's only 31 degrees, like, but
yeah,
it felt like, I don't know, 45.
yeah. So when it's hot, it's also hot cleaning the rats for sure. So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, I like actually breeding the rats because I know the quality, and there's nothing from the outside. It's just what we have, and I think that's a good thing to control everything.
Yeah. I got a trio for because I wanted to start breeding my own. My wife kept telling me no. So as you do, I went and I got a 1.2 in rats to start breeding them, and I kept them in our like spare house for like a week or so, and then I told her about it. I was like, "Oh, come and see these. They're so cute, whatever." And she's like, "No, get those things out of here. You already have snakes. You're not gonna breed rats. This is not a zoo." So yeah, I'm back.
But
Back.
also think the prices for rats here, at least in Denmark, the
What?
prices went up so high that
Yeah.
when even though I think we have a fairly small collection.
Yeah.
But if I should buy them, it will be not very sustainable.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling her. I mean, I said, you know what? Okay, for now, I will feed these rats, whatever, and I'll keep buying frozen thought. But you need to get it into your mind that soon enough, I'm gonna have to start breeding them because I'm not gonna spend like 500 euros plus a month on rodents. Like that's not happening. So,
I know.
but I'm also trying to keep my collection small right now as well. I what are we? We're in April now, 3rd of April. Still haven't bought a snake. Congratulations to me. That's like my
Same
one
here.
goal this year was like no snakes. Definitely not buying any snakes because every year I say the same thing. I'm not gonna buy a snake, and then Ham's coming up, and the deals start coming up, and then I'm just like, yeah, I need to buy something. So April 3rd, no snakes bought in this year. So
The same here until now.
yeah, well, I mean, your collection is already pretty big. I have less than 30 now because I sold the babies from last year, so it's less than 30. And I'm expecting, I'm shooting for 10 clutches this year.
Yeah.
I don't think they will all go, especially the first time the ones that would be first time moms. I think 2 or 3 of them will not go. So if I get 6, 7 clutches, I'll be happy enough. And
Yeah, I think we have 9 females that overlaid it until now, and of course more breedings going on. But yeah, only 2 clutches in the incubator at the moment. So
yeah, that's 2 more than me.
yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to ask because when I asked about the rodents, where I was going with this, because I was going to ask you if you had a horror story, like a snake room horror story. And usually when I ask this question, people always mention something to do with rats.
Yeah, I don't have a horror story with rats, but I do have a horror story.
Let's have it.
As I told in the beginning, I started with one friend, moved to another friend, and then ended up, with Carsten, where I am now. And when I moved from, one friend to another, he was supposed to. I had another partner at that point. He's out of it now, but he was supposed to pick up the animal from the first friend and take them to the other place where they were supposed to be, because he was visiting the friend where they were, so he could just have it, and he needed to go the other day. So he took most of my DG animals, and they were supposed to stay in a styrofoam box with him overnight, and then in the morning he would go out and put them in the racks where they were supposed to go, as first part of the animals moving from one place to another. And then during the night, there was one of the animals who pooped in the box.
Oh boy.
And that basically killed 8 of my DG animals overnight.
Oh,
Females almost ready to breed.
no way.
Yes. So I had a phone call in the morning.
He pooped in the bag and that was enough to kill them.
Yeah, I think just ammoniac from it.
Yeah, I suppose because they were inside the styrofoam box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
There was 10 animals in there and 8 of them died.
Oh man, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Not one bit funny.
I will say that when my buddy at that time called me in the morning, I said, I have something to tell you, and it's not going to be a nice phone call. I said, what? What now? Yeah, I was supposed to pick these animals up, and yes, 8 of them died.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine getting a phone call like that.
No, yeah, we can laugh about it now, but that is definitely all the horror story I need in this hobby. I don't need any more.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're way up there when it comes to horror stories. I think you're at the top of the list. Damn. Okay, well, let's reverse that then. Let's try and go for a positive.
Yeah.
best sneak room moment for you.
Always when you have to cut the eggs. The excitement. I'm always together with my best friend doing it. Hyping each other up, trying to guess, and trying to guess, and also divide the eggs between you and see who got the best from what you chose, and
Oh, you should record that, man. You should put that on YouTube.
Yeah,
So remember, like, I don't know if you remember, but Billy from Mutation Creation, he used to do those like egg cuttings with Austin from Hatch, and they would always do like one each, and they would see like who got, like, it was like a little competition, who got the best egg kind of thing.
Yeah. And normally I lose, so I think it would be a bad movie. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be fun to do with the first two clutches because we are aiming for the Stranger DG crown. So
nice. That'll be a good one.
Yeah. So hopefully that goes home. But yeah, it could be. Let's see if I can get a proper setup for doing that. That would be fun.
Yeah. Do you have any projects that you worked on initially and you would never work on them again, or?
Well, I had some spider animals in at the beginning.
Fair. Yeah.
And
I would love to work with spiders, though.
Yeah, but to be honest, they look amazing.
Yeah.
And we tried to get animals that had as little no wobble as possible and try to breed to see if there was some connection to it. And and no, there's not, to be honest, because you can have an animal which is, you see an absolute minimum, you'll see a little bit while you're feeding it.
Yeah.
And then you breed it, and then you can have a corkscrew you can pick up in the air, and the snake just goes like that. So
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, and as you said,
it's the visually probably the best single gene, animal out there, like dominant animal out there. I think they look amazing.
If we could get a spider without wobble, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Don't fall for that trap, guys.
Oh no.
But anyway, so if you could work with one project for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, then I would take, then are we talking just recessive or just gene, or can we put multiple together? What are we? Because
you can put multiple together, but it has to be like one project.
I would definitely be in the DG clown.
DG clown for life.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
But I love clown, but I hate how most of them turns out when they are adult.
Yeah.
I like DG, but they can also be, a little bit basic, just as DG.
Yeah.
So the combination of those two, when you can get the best of both worlds with all the patterning and stuff you can get from the clown, together with all the contrast and good-looking animals as adults, that's
what's up.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So what is your favorite recessive?
Yeah, that is DG.
DG is your favorite.
It's DG that started it. I don't have that much DG at the moment, but we're trying to get it in with other stuff. We'll try to get DG in the Zebra project. We're trying to get DG in the Puzzle project. We have the DG clowns coming up, so it will be worked in again, because we made a big mistake with the DG stuff, focusing too much on just DG.
Okay. Yeah.
Where we should have,
Mixed it in.
looked a little bit forward.
Yeah.
But I think we were, everything was going really good because everything we made would sell for the prices we asked for. So we just, kept going and didn't really develop it.
Yeah.
So in the end, we got a lot behind. But yeah, trying to make up for that now by putting it into other stuff and coming back on the DG stuff in a later point.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. What about non-recessive?
I really have a love for Cypress.
Cypress. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. from the Viking man itself, the Dark Viking man itself.
Of
But
course. Also, I really like my Dark Viking stuff. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, of course.
But we're still trying to figure out what is the perfect direction to take it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the first investment animal I got into was the Cypress stuff, because I was really digging that. And again, we made some Cypress stuff, and we went too basic with it. And now we're trying to get back on it again with the Cypress stuff also.
More, yeah.
But I really love the Cypress stuff. I think there's so many combinations. Also, especially in the clown, where you get these bright orange heads, and yeah, we also saw the animals from Michael's collection, right?
The Ultramel clown.
Yeah, it's hard not to like the Cypress stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure, and yeah, I have to agree. Cypress is something that I've loved for a long time, and it just took me a long time to actually get properly into it. I mean, I still don't think I'm proper. I don't think I'm properly into anything, to be honest. Because but then again, that's because of the size of my collection, and I still have all the. I'm not gonna say mistakes, but like
the more basic stuff.
Yeah, the early like purchases. That one, so like impulse purchases, let's just call it that, when I started, and I just wanted, because I did start with baby animals, but then like I was watching all the YouTube and stuff, I was like, oh, I don't want to wait like 2 more years for these animals to be breeding size. I want to breed animals now. How can I do it? I need to buy adults. So I was just like out looking to buy adults, and the cheap ones too. And now they're just like wasting space.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They're obviously my animals. I obviously I love them. I care for them the same as all the other ones. So, and I like taking them out. I like holding them. My kids do as well, putting them around their necks and stuff like that. And those adult ones that I have, there's one that's a bit snappy, but the other ones, and she's a lot better now. The other ones, they're absolutely great. I can open the tub, looking to the side, and just put my hand in. I know that nothing's gonna happen, so I don't have to be careful, unless it's feeding day, obviously.
I can hear you're not working with Puzzle and Dark Viking for sure.
Yeah, Puzzle's one that I don't know. I'm gonna stay away from for a while.
But it's funny, like all the babies from the puzzle stuff, and all the babies, especially from the Dark Viking stuff, they are so freaking snappy. Like, food or not, they don't care.
Yeah,
they're just biting machines.
Yeah, but I especially when they're babies. I think it's funny.
But also when they get especially Dark Viking animals, also in the adult size, never trust them.
I'll remember that in the future if I get into it. But yeah, man, listen, we're already past the 1 hour mark. It's crazy
Oh,
how time flies.
yeah.
Yeah, now we're in 16. Um, do you have anything that you want to say? Anything that you want to plug? Oh, what's the most exciting clutch you're expecting this year, this season? You personally, obviously.
Yeah, but this season is kind of a building block season for a lot of
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not that we're not getting that much of a home run from a lot of the clutches. We're doing stuff for double head stuff and so on. Um, but I think that, yeah, there's of
Just
course the Stranger DD clown, but I think also we're aiming for the Bongpei, the Bongo in Pompeii,
okay. Yeah.
and I actually purchased this animal to do it because I saw that combination from Cold-Blooded
Cold blooded.
Arts,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Incredible.
and I just had to make it. So it was one of these ham expos where I got the male from him, and then purchased a bongo head clown big female from HR Reptiles, just
Yes.
to trying to hit that animal because it's one of the most amazing pure clown combos I've seen, at least.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
um, but yeah, other than that, there's a lot of stuff where it's more building blocks.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. Um, and like you said, you made the mistake with the DG stuff, so now you know that you need sometimes to take the time. If it's one season, just take the time to make those building blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can push you forward in the future. But no, that's awesome. What's your best snake room pro tip?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Mm,
I would say making sure it's ventilated, that you move the air
okay,
around.
ventilation again. Nah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
if you're just having a closed door to your room, which you know, a lot of the times here, the room is hotter than the rest of the house, of course.
yeah,
So there's a lot of still standing air in the room. So yeah, we just have a fan on top of one of the racks that are actually moving the air around, which is also a lot nicer when you're working in the room yourself.
okay.
Um, but yeah, I think it's more or less that.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. It's one of those things that I mean, I'm getting. It feels like I say this all the time now, but it's one of those things that people don't usually talk about.
I would, I would
That's
also
thinking.
say I'll also say another thing which I find really nice when you're also working in the room. We purchased from Dries, who also has the bedding and everything. We bought these small eucalyptus drops. So when we are actually, when you have animals in shed and you're misting the box to make sure it's humid enough, when they're shedding, these small eucalyptus drops, they just have a nice and clean, fresh breeze in the room. And also when we are,
You
using
put them.
these,
You put them in the water, or
yes, put them in the water for when we're spraying, and also
you.
when we are, mixing blocks with the water, we're also putting these drops in, so we have this nice fresh breathe to the coconut.
Hmm,
That's
interesting.
that's a nice little touch. It makes the air in your room a lot nicer.
Yeah, no, definitely haven't. I mean, I've seen yeah, it's Viper. Viper is like a UK, I think it's UK brand of. They have like coconut, cocoa chips and different types of bedding and stuff.
Yeah.
What's his name? Gavin works with them. And I've seen that I've seen at some point they had some kind of drops as well. So it could be that you're talking about. I don't remember exactly what it was, but
it's just
I remember
a nice
seeing
little,
something with drops.
yeah, just a nice little
Here we
touch
go.
to your room, giving a little bit of fresh air.
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same thing that you're talking about because they call it Viper Liptus.
Yeah.
So very cool. Eucalyptus drops. I'm just look into that one and see if try it myself. Right? Because obviously, these tips are for the audience and everyone, but also for me because at the end of the day, I don't know everything. I'm still a beginner in all kinds of sense. So yeah, I take these tips and I try to improve myself and try different things. So yeah,
I don't
for sure
think it has any
that into
beneficial. Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't think it's any beneficial or something like that, but it's just a nice little touch and gives, a fresh touch to your room.
Oh, it's beneficial for us. So I mean, this where I am, this spare room in my house is my snake room. So this corner here is my desk. I also work from home mo 3 days a week. So I spend a lot of my time in this room. So if I'm working here from 9 to 5, and then I'm going to, I'm cleaning tubs, whatever. I'm always in this room. So if I
Yeah.
can use those eucalyptus drops to make it a little bit fresher, it'd be nice. Because I don't like to use like the air fresheners and all that stuff that you use like sprays in the house because that stuff is toxic,
Yeah.
very toxic. So yeah, so
It is
naturally,
as natural as it gets.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely look into it. So, yeah, to get us closed off, let's get around to the nomination section.
Yeah.
Nomination time.
Well, I mentioned him before. I don't really know him other than I purchased a snake from him, but I think, cold-blooded arts.
Okay.
I think he has a lot of interesting animals, cool animals.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
What's his name?
only talked with him, a few times at Ham.
I've gone blank. I forgot his name.
Let me find it. I can't remember it either.
Tommy. That's it. Tommy.
Yes, exactly. Tommy.
There we go. Tommy. Cool.
I think he makes a lot of cool stuff. It could be nice to see and hear a little bit from him.
I would say if Justin is the clown combo king in the US, this guy is the clown combo king in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff that he's got up there. Yeah, I could watch this for ages.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's look into that. Cool. All right, man. No, this has been great. Like I said, we're basically at an hour and a half. Yeah, do you want to plug anything? I mean, all the links are in the description anyway. You've got Facebook, Instagram, Morph Market. Is there anything I missed?
No, I don't think so. And if you see me at any
No
shows,
YouTube channel?
no YouTube, not at the moment. Maybe I should try to work on that.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. I mean, I spend my day watching YouTube videos, so it'd be just more videos to add to my list. I love it.
Yeah.
I try to encourage everyone to do it. I can't do everything, so
No.
I might do a couple videos when I do the clutch cuttings. We'll see.
Yeah.
No, listen, man, it's been a pleasure having you on. I really appreciate you taking the time and wanting to be on the show.
Yeah, of course.
I heard,
It was
obviously, heard from you that you've purchased some upgrades.
Yeah.
Do this.
Oh, I'm sitting in my gaming setup, so.
Ah, nice, cool.
But yeah, instead of wearing these, I'm wireless now.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, that's a wrap. Like I said, really big thanks for you coming on, taking time to speak
My
to
pleasure.
us. Loved it. Hopefully, I'll see you at some show someday. I'm not always good with names, but I'm very good with faces. So
Yeah.
now that I know your face, I'll definitely be looking out for you the next time I'm at a show.
Next show for me is Ham in September.
Yeah. But yeah, man, let me I'll bring you off screen. I'll say bye to these lovely people. And yeah, if you want to hang back, we can chat a bit more on the off.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
guys, yeah, that's a wrap for Mathias, Redbeard Exotics. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, that is it. I don't think there's not so much to say today, guys. Thank you for showing up, for watching, for being in the comments. You know, make sure to do the usual stuff. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, do me a big favor, hit that like button and that subscribe button. Share this with another breeder or keeper. And as always, you know, we're building this community within Europe together, and every bit of support helps us to keep the passion alive. You can find more of my work at Pappy's Premium Pythons on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Morph Markets. It's been a pleasure having you guys here. Till the next time, stay focused on the passion and keep the projects moving. We'll be back next Friday for another dose of Pappy's Premium Pod. With that, I leave you. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. And yeah, Pappy